Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Milan.
How
How
you
are you?
doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am wonderful. Almost made it till Friday. And then and then
Awesome.
Saturday I get a little bit of a break, so kind of looking forward to that.
What's a break?
Oh, something you plan that never happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard rumors.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people take them.
Exactly.
And kind of what I wanted to do today was just share some kind of top level overviews of why I think TikTok really matters, and then give you guys some ideas that I think are applicable to any type of TikTok channel. So we're going to go over a bunch of different kind of content ideas, also just some things to pay attention to when creating your TikTok videos. And then at the end, I will be taking a couple questions if you guys have them.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just share with you guys some things about what TikTok's kind of done for me and what I believe it can do for everyone. So TikTok for me has not directly generated a ton of sales or revenue, although it has made me, I would say, directly through the platform, seven to $10,000, which is not a small amount of money by any means, but is not certainly also necessarily a life-changing amount of money. The way
Not
that,
retiring.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not retiring on $10,000 anytime soon. But what it has really done for me is open up massive opportunities and relationships with people that before joining TikTok and having success, never really would have thought that I could have, valuable relationships and offer value to these people who are highly more accomplished than me, that have made tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, that have been in their field for 20 or 30 or even 40 years. I'm 29 years old and I haven't done anything for 30 years yet, not even be alive, let alone work in a particular industry. And being able to leverage all of those other resources and knowledge and relationships that's to me, that's the life changer. Because if you're someone who's got big dreams, big passions, a big impact driven mission like I do, you need other people on your side who can help you do that. So my kind of life mission is to help eradicate loneliness in the world, because I think it's one of the most harmful and detrimental kind of like feelings that we experience as human beings. And that's a huge endeavor. I'm not going to be able to just do that on my own. I'm going to need other people who believe in that same mission and passion. And so TikTok's been an incredible tool for me to actually feel like I can do that, and I'm going to have some type of massive impact in that area. So first, I just wanted to kind of go over why TikTok matters. Outside of if you're an impact-driven person, it is the first short-form video app of its kind, but there are going to be many more to come. I think we can all kind of see the wave of video that's taken over. And I saw somewhere a stat that says right now, it's like 80+% of all traffic that makes a purchase is driven through a video. So it's already hugely powerful and we're just getting into it. Now, TikTok in particular is great because people are spending a lot of time on the app, an average of 52 minutes a day. That's almost an hour of their life every single day they're spending on TikTok. It also has the highest social media engagement rate. So people are really engaged with TikTok videos. They're commenting, they're liking, they're sharing, unlike on any other platform. It also has 1.1 billion active users. So massive user base. That's not even including the China Douyin app. And 9 out of 10 of the users, so 90% of the users, are on the app multiple times per day. I know that's true of myself. I probably check my TikTok definitely more than 10 times per day. So it's a really high level of engagement, even outside of the time factor that we are putting into this app. I say we because if you're here, you've probably been on TikTok, you've probably got it downloaded. It also is being used by 69% of teenagers. Now, a lot of people might think, oh, teenagers are not my target demographic. Well, that means that, let me do the math, 31% of them are adults. And out of those adults, 37 plus, probably some rich teenagers, they've got more than $100,000 of income that they can spend. That's amazing. That is a unique factor out of a lot of these social platforms where maybe people on average really don't have a lot of money to spend. On TikTok, people have got money, you guys. Not only that, but the adult usership has really increased very, very quickly. I mean, we've seen it with Facebook. We've seen it with every single social media app that they all age upwards as adoption kind of creeps to the older generations. And over the next 18 months, if that continues, you're going to see way, way more of your target demographic, if you do target adults, on the app. So next, we'll go to what can TikTok do for you? Not only can it increase your opportunities, your income, but really using it as a tool to build yourself personally, I think is such a valuable thing. So I know that, you know, when I do podcast interviews, when I speak in clubhouse rooms, I get a lot of compliments on my ability to speak and my level of confidence. And I did not start out that way, you guys. I used to be terrified of video. I used to be terrified of just talking to people that I didn't already know in general. And TikTok is a major, major reason why I'm successful in the other areas of my life. In person, when I meet people, I'm way more confident because of the TikTok videos that I've created and the practice and the repetition that you get from putting yourself out there through a video. It also does have some pretty massive potential to increase your brand, your business, and your revenue. There's, I mean, countless examples that I've heard and met people who, through a couple of TikTok posts or working with some influencers, have generated hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars overnight or within a week time period, which is just insane. I think the only other way you can really do that is probably through Facebook advertising, but this is something that's available and accessible to everyone. You're also going to become a short form video expert. And as we talked about before, video is really, really crucial now, but it's going to become even more important, I think, really over the rest of this entire decade. And so getting good at it now gets you ahead of all of your competition, gets you ahead of the game. And it's not going to be the last app that comes out that features short form video. And what really helped me grow very quickly on TikTok was the fact that I'd been on Instagram for such a long time, honing in my visual skills. And then I applied those to TikTok. So same thing forward. If you can get good, even at any degree to TikTok, you will be primed and ready for that next short form video social media platform that drops. You can get into it quickly and you can have some really massive success there. You also can become an expert in your field, whatever your field is, whether you're passionate about dogs or about math, whatever it is. TikTok's actually a pretty great place to position yourself as an expert or as an authority figure. And what this is going to do is unlock so many potential opportunities that you couldn't even possibly be aware of if you went to go look for them on your own. TikTok really will deliver your content, if it's done well, to the people who that content can bring value for. And you can't know the scope of that value. I can promise you, way greater than you think. We tend to really diminish our own value most of the time. And especially when it's something that we're good at. The things that we're the best at or come easiest to us, we really go, oh, that must be easy for everyone, or, oh, it's not that valuable. And really the opposite is true. You have massive value, and the things that you're good at have massive value beyond how you can imagine and what you think. And TikTok's that tool that's going to connect you and your value to the people who see that value, can utilize it and amplify it and turn it to something else. That's a whole nother level. It's also great for building relationships, especially if you're going to cross leverage onto other platforms. What I mean by that is when you have your Instagram account connected to your TikTok, you can get a lot of benefit, not only by growing your Instagram, but people can message you very easily through Instagram and start building a relationship, again, in a sense that you may have never even imagined. Oh my God, I could be a business partner with this person. Oh, I can't believe this person reached out to me and sees value in what I'm doing and wants to work with me. But that's happened to me countless times again and again. And it's happened for every other single person that I know that I've been working with as well. So let's talk about how to really get started on TikTok. I think the first place to start, really, even before your brand identity, is think about your outcomes, your desired outcomes. Like why do you care about TikTok? Why do you care about social media in general? Is it because you just want to make money, which is totally great. You guys, we should all want to make money. Money is beautiful. It is an energy. It is a currency. There's nothing wrong with loving money. Or are you more driven by trying to get out a message, a mission, a purpose? Really say, put down on paper, say it out loud. Why do I care about TikTok? And use that as your North Star in your guiding light. After that, then you really want to focus on how you show up on TikTok, how you show up on social media. And you guys, these concepts don't just apply to TikTok. I really believe they apply to any social media platform that you're going to be on. But like, what do you want people to know you for? How do you want people to feel when they visit your page? And a great kind of actionable exercise you can do around this is take out a piece of paper or your notepad on your phone, Google document, and just start writing down adjectives of how you would want your brand to be described. And then you can kind of compare the adjectives and create a hierarchy and go, do I want people to think my brand is more courageous, or do I want them to think it's more playful? You're like, you know what? I think playful is a more important adjective. So you move it a little bit higher up, and then you just keep doing that till you have a really clear view of, you know what, my brand is first this, then this, then this. And those are going to apply to your videos, because you can then, every time you watch or create a video, you can look back at it and think, did this make people feel the way that I want my brand to make them feel? Did this video contribute to that overall brand identity that I'm trying to create? Because your brand isn't just a, motionless, dead thing. People want to get to know your brand the same way they want to get to know a person. So it's got to have some type of personality to it. I think another pretty helpful exercise is to create like a little visual storyboard. Just go online, search some pictures and gather them in one place, kind of like I have here, just as an example, so that you can get a visual idea of what your brand looks like. And this will, again, be really helpful in terms of creating your videos. Maybe you'll notice that a couple colors you really, really like and you think represent your brand, and you can use those colors in your videos. Maybe you'll notice you like a particular style or angle to the videos. You're like, ooh, I really like that downward angle, or I like the over the shoulder angle, and you can incorporate those things into your videos as well. So now I just want to give you guys a massive amount of content ideas. So if you've got a pad, a notepad, a pen, go ahead and write some of these down. The ones that, you think you could use. So I'm just going to go over a couple of them. You guys can read them. I'll share some more details. So introducing yourself to TikTok, especially first when you start an account, this can be a really great tactic. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people being like, hey, I just joined TikTok and I'm so-and-so and I feel really awkward on the app. Like any type of introduction where you're introducing yourself to the community and saying, hey, I know you guys are all already on here and I know that I'm new, but I want to be a part of this really cool thing that's happening. People really love to support that. You can also do tours of your house, tours of your workspace, tours of anything that you like. Sometimes I do tours of my city. Like when I go out and I walk around downtown Spokane, I'll be like, this is the old bridge that was built in 1935. And this is the clock house building. And people really love that because it's sort of a form of a story, which brings me into my next one, which is storytelling is a beautiful, wonderful thing, especially on TikTok. But really everywhere in business. If you can package your message into a story, people are going to connect with it very deeply. And I'll share a little reason as to why that's true. It's because our brains are very, very lazy. And sometimes it's hard work for our brain to process information. A story is a very patterned framework that allows our brain to process information very, very easily. Like we all know stories. So when someone starts to tell us a story, it's very easy to listen. You can kind of even think back to a time you've listened to a story. It feels very relaxing to listen to stories, right? It's very pleasant. So any type of storytelling that you can do is really great, but especially around a success or a failure, those things can be really relatable. Other great types of videos are, DIY, do-it-yourself videos or how-to videos. Any type of educational content in bite-sized format is wonderful. Number 12, showing people useful apps. That's educational content. How-to videos, showing off the details of things can even be educational of like, hey, did you guys notice this detail and here's why it's important. And you can apply that to your products, especially if you're running a business. You can apply it to anything that you want people to really pay attention to and kind of grab their attention around. Some other things that are good to keep in mind about these different content ideas are there's a couple factors to always pay attention to. One is you have to grab people's attention right away. So thinking about how does this concept grab someone's attention is a really important thing, but then also making it relatable. People love relatable content because, to be honest, the thing we all care about the most is ourselves. Like, yes, we care about other people, we care about the world, we care about society, but first we care about ourselves. And we want to understand, how does this piece of content help me? Sometimes it just helps by making us smile, right? It's going to make us laugh, it's entertainment. But a lot of the other time, it's going to be making us feel like we're not alone. Speaking again to that loneliness factor, which I think is one of the most difficult and universal things that human beings deal with, is, you know, trying to feel less alone, trying to feel connected to a greater whole and a greater society. So anything you can do that makes your video relatable does that for your audience. So some other important factors to consider when making your TikTok videos, like all of these things really do come into play. Your lighting is pretty important. If you haven't gotten a ring light yet, I highly, highly suggest it. I've got two in my office space right now, one sent to me by TikTok, which was really nice of them. And with lighting, you want, you know, things to be well lit, but you also want contrast. Having some contrasting lighting can be really engaging to our eyes and kind of draw in our attention very quickly. And one of the great things about TikTok is they have incredible filters. There's tons and tons of filters that are available, so that if you don't have the best lighting, you know, swipe over and check out all those different filters, because they can really, really help. I often will use the vlog filter or youth, or they have one called bright, because even with my ring light, sometimes some of the background will be kind of shadowy, and those filters can kind of lighten up that background. You also want to pay attention to the length of your videos. My suggestion would be in the 10 to 25 second range, depending on what type of content you have. It's going to be skewed more one way or the other, but people are trained through TikTok's For You algorithm to have very, very short attention spans. I mean, we already have short attention spans from just everything digital in our world that's vying for our attention, but especially on TikTok, you end up getting into this scroll mode where there's an internal clock in your head. And once it hits a certain time, even if you're really enjoying a video, sometimes you'll skip to the next one because it's so easy, it's so fast, and you are likely to be delivered a new hit of dopamine. Like, TikTok is just a dopamine hit machine for us, where video after video, you know, little smile, little laugh, little, oh my God, that's useful. Those are all great little hits of dopamine. Other things to pay attention to are the music and the sounds that you're using, whether you're going to be using original sound and kind of speaking into the camera, whether you're going to have music and maybe be pointing to some pop-up text or just doing something visually engaging, or whether you're going to use that voiceover feature. Now, something else that I would say is not 100% crucial, but gives you a massive leg up, is understanding how the algorithm works. And I'm not going to dive deep into that, other than to say that it's very important, because once you kind of understand how it works and what it wants, because it is a machine, it's machine learning, it has specific goals, which I would say are keeping people on the app, right? And delivering content that keeps them engaged and just scrolling through that For You page as long as they can. Those are important factors to be able to apply to your videos to give them a better chance of success. Now, the captions and text, I think, are also really important. Not only is it tapping into two of TikTok's features, and any social media platform loves when it uses when you use lots of its features. So the more you can use the in-app features of TikTok in the editing style, whether that's a voiceover, whether that's putting great captions or putting pop-up text or stickers or using the filters, that's going to help a little bit towards the algorithm. But also, it's got different levels of AI and machine learning that are going to read all of the text in all of the areas on your videos. So the more information you can give it that allows it to determine what your video is about, the more likely it's going to be to deliver that video to the correct audience, so that you do get that really great engagement. It's also important to understand hashtags don't work the same way as they do on Instagram or other social media platforms. They really don't factor into discoverability. They factor much more into that bullet point above, which is text. The AI is going to be reading what your hashtags are, and that's going to help it determine what your video is about, more than someone's going to go in the search bar, search your hashtag, and actually find your video. Because TikTok, it orders the videos when you search through hashtags in order of the ones that are kind of the most successful. So the ones that have the most number of views, the ones that have the most number of likes and shares. Other things to think about are just like your filming and editing and how you're accomplishing that, and really building out a process and a rhythm for that, so that you don't end up in a rut of feeling frustrated that you can't keep up with your content, that it's taking too much of your time and it feels like it's a suck and kind of like a treadmill that you're running on that you can never get off of and you don't really enjoy it. You can structure your filming and your editing in a way that is really easy, really streamlined, and really effective. And then kind of the last thing to really think about is with TikTok, you're not just creating content, but you're truly building a community. The platform itself has a really well-developed sense of community. So when people are on it and they're liking videos or they're following creators, they feel like they're really entering and engaging and becoming part of that larger and smaller community. The larger community being TikTok, and the smaller community being the community around that industry. So, being like, I follow a lot of food creators because I'm a foodie, or even a particular creator. I follow this this one food creator because of these reasons. And I know that all of their fan base also has those reasons for following them. So I wanted to keep this pretty short for everyone and kind of open it up for questions. I am launching a TikTok mastermind that has open applications right now it's starting in June. If you're interested at all, please set up a one-on-one call with me and I would love to go over it with you. I would say this mastermind is not for people who just want to grow on TikTok because they see everyone else doing it. It's something that they're not really passionate about. This is for people who massively want to grow, not only in their business, in their social media, and in their life, but truly have an impact-driven mission, because I think that's the thing that allows you to tap into TikTok the most, to stay committed to it and to take kind of it seriously. I think a lot of people, because of all of the dancing, all of the silly videos that are on TikTok, they'll kind of put in their head that TikTok is a silly place and that it's not serious. And I can tell you that the results and the impact that TikTok can drive are massively serious. And so this mastermind is really going to be for people who want to take it seriously. And I'm really looking forward to that and hearing more about your objectives, your goals that you're trying to accomplish, not just on TikTok, but really think about what are your life goals? And a lot of people haven't asked themselves this question very deeply. And if you haven't, I'm more than happy to even talk to you about that. And in general, I'd love to get on a call with all of you, because I really do care a lot about creating impact in other people. But I can tell you guys, there's nothing for me that feels better than truly being able to help someone, which is why with, for example, my TikTok, I'll post content that I absolutely know is not going to go viral, but also I absolutely know is going to help people who need that message. So the other day I posted a TikTok video around body positivity and told people, hey, reach out to me if you're struggling right now. And that video's got 2,000 views on my page with 2.3 million followers. But I got 10 messages. I got 10 messages of people who it kind of broke my heart reading their messages. They're struggling beyond what you and I would think normal people are going through. And it's crazy what people will hide from social media. We don't see it on social media because no one's going and posting, hey, my kid's in jail, my other kids won't talk to me, my other kid's presumed dead, I'm homeless, I'm alone. That's literally from a message I got the other day from that reach out. And that type of impact you cannot achieve without, you can through other ways, but it's very hard to achieve without the help of social media. And so that's really where I get super, super passionate about helping and working with other individuals who have that passion to make, and it doesn't have to be an impact around mental health. It could be an impact around an app or a technology that you think solves a problem. And that problem could be buying cars and people feeling like they get scammed when they buy, it could be anything. There's so many things that cause us pain in our life that social media really can help solve those problems around. For small businesses, do I recommend a normal account or a business account? and what are the differences between the two types of accounts. So I think the business account is best for if you're going to be running advertisement on TikTok. Like that's really, you want to have a business account if you're going to do ads. Otherwise, I would probably go with a creator account because TikTok really values its creators and its creator accounts. It understands that the creators draw in the audience and the audience drives business. So the business is kind of the end spot of where they're trying to get to, but they know that the creators are the ones that are really driving their entire business model. So if you're not going to be using the advertising platform that they have, I would probably suggest going with like a creator account. I think they're, I'm so proud of people who say yes to learning, who say yes to things that they might have doubts about. And, there's so much messaging now, especially through social media, right? Like we read so much, we see so much, and half of it's all contradicting the other half. Like, I mean, this is something I actively have to fight in my own thought process often, is like, even when I really, really know something to be true, I'm still reading and getting inundated by messaging that says it's not true. Even though I've got all this evidence and stuff. And so you have to battle that because your brain will absorb everything it observes. And so, being able to cut through what is relevant to you and what is not relevant to you is definitely also a learned skill. Like, I mean, that's why people end up getting scammed. That's why people end up, in all sorts of bad situations that happen through relationship building on social media, is because it can be very confusing. And I just want to encourage everyone that, it's okay if it doesn't work the first time. It's all about, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's all about skill building. Like life in general is about building skills, because if you have a high enough skill level, you will be successful at whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like no one can stop you. There is no barrier to the things that you want to achieve if your skill level is high enough. And that skill applies, in so many different areas. But keeping that in mind when bad things happen has been really impactful and powerful to me, to be like, yeah, I failed at that, but I learned so much that makes me a lot better now for the next thing that I'm trying, or the next time that I'm trying to do this thing.